Hello and welcome to the FFA guide. And I decided to make this video because recently I've been seeing a lot of players looking for these kind of guides because there are not a lot of it. There are a lot of guides for, team games, solo games and all that, but the FFA is quite different in almost every single way. So I decided to share my bit of my experience with you guys. And oh my god. And I decided to do it. I literally found a random game of our favorite guy and decided to give it a go and to share my experiences with you. Something that's good and not good to do. Here's a perfect example of one thing. I mean, I get that this is sometimes necessary, but it's not good for either of these players right now. And sometimes it's just better to move. Because for example right now, I mean, they're fighting for this position, but this is not a good position. I mean, blue is about to finish a TC here, so they're fighting over who is gonna get eliminated by blue first. And that's not really good. And I mean, the spawn is... what, you have 1 gold, okay, maybe deer, that's it, and you're surrounded. But, okay, looks like yellow did decide to move just a little below. And yeah, blue already finished the TC. Now he's putting down a tower and purple is forced to move away again. And it's 2-minute mark and he still didn't even start building his TC. So he'll be delayed a lot. Instead of just, moving like yellow did. And even with the delay he's about to finish the TC. But the problem is that his spawn is even worse. Like, his closest gold is here and... oh my god, purple is probably gonna go here. Yeah, oh god, oh wow. That's shit TC positioning. I mean, also, when you decide to put down a TC, I mean, this is the worst possible position to put it. If you want to put it somewhere here, put it next to gold, next to stone if you need, but not really. Better next to gold. Or in between. I think you can actually fit it perfectly between the wood and gold. Because this way your villagers are not walking that long. So that's definitely something you should do. And in my opinion, it's always good to have gold right next to the TC. Or the other option is to go and put it in the middle of a deer pack. Like for example, if Teal put it here, that's also very, very powerful. And I mean, for his case, he also has a gold here. But, in my opinion, that's the best position to put it in. This, I mean, yeah, it's nice to have a large stone, but you're not even gonna live long enough to use it, so it doesn't really matter. And this is also fine, even though his foot is a bit far, but, it's safe, so it's okay. But yeah, so you definitely want to look to have a secure first gold. And if you manage to get some food along the way, even better. So, right at the beginning of the game, in Nomad at least, you have 4 or 5 villagers, 5 for most of the civs, apart from OOTD. You can already, in most cases, see some villagers, and you should look for where the players are going, in which direction are players going with their villagers. I mean, you can see, I don't know, 2 people going on top, so definitely shouldn't be going top, or so decide to go other direction. Because in a lot of cases you have situations like this, where, 4 players are in the same corner, while the bottom is completely empty. Or you have a spawn like pink, where you're also completely alone, and you're happy with that. So let's start by introducing our players. And as you can already see in the overlay, these are not really highly rated players, but that's exactly what I was looking for. So, in the color blue, playing as the Abbasid dynasty, it's Rivlo. In the color purple, with a very late TC, and he's also forced to go to farms because he doesn't even have food. Oof, not good. Playing as the Ottomans, in the color purple, it's 1062257421. But he started with the military school, which is, in my opinion, a good call. But this, I mean, this is really not good. I mean, he's already walking so far, 4 wood, 4 gold, 4 stone. I mean, he should have just made the TC in between, like here. It would have been a much shorter walk, and you can just make a mining camp here. And that's it. And like this is not good, really. So in the color yellow, playing as the Order of the Dragon, it's Iremeli 92. Just a little bit below him. In the color orange, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, it's Pinuili. Pinuili? Ah, okay. Let's call him Pinuili. In the color pink, our Giga Chad, top of the top player, number 1 noob, which is still the lowest rated player in the FFA of all time. I mean, in the world. In the color green, playing as the Japanese, it's Spare Spore. In the color red, playing as the Chinese, it's Don Barco. And last but not least, in the color teal, playing as the Chinese also, it's Reznoj 187. So these players are gonna be fighting pretty much soon, probably. And Yellow has a huge problem. And, well, yeah, he has to go across an entire map almost to get the gold. And the other problem is that pink is there. So I don't think this is gonna be a long-lasting game for either of these two. Because blue already aged up, going for a second TC, and we will see if he looks to feudal rush them or castle. But they are both very, very behind. So yeah, when you decide, when you know, spawn in Nomad, I mean, it happens to all of us that we are sometimes surrounded. You just can't find a good spawn, and you know, games like that happen. But they happen more often to some players than to others, and that's strictly because of the, you know, you need to, at the very beginning of the game, when you get 4 villagers on random positions, you still have to watch where other players are going and try to avoid going where, I don't know, 3 other people are, because this is the spawn that you get and you're omega stuck. You're gonna be stuck fighting for a good part of the game, while, for example, pink is booming and he will eliminate all of you. So definitely look to get some space in between you and the other players. Other thing I wanted to point out is, I mean, unless you're in a situation like this, in an FFA, in my opinion, feudal rushes are not really good. I mean, it is fine if, I don't know, he now goes and eliminates this guy and then this guy. The problem is that in most cases, if you, in feudal, eliminate 2 players, everyone's gonna know that you are still in feudal and that you eliminate 2 people and you're a huge threat in late game. So any good player would focus you. For example, pink would mess knights, which you don't really have a good counter to because you're still feudal, and he would just snipe you. In feudal age, when you fight, and especially if the fight lasts a bit too long, you're very, very behind from all of the other players, and you can easily get sniped. So in my opinion, it's always better to go for castle age and then start attacking players. And in regards to TCs, in 1v1, in most cases, even 2 TCs is sometimes considered greedy. In an FFA, it's a completely different story, and you should definitely always go for second TC or even the third TC, unless you're in a position like yellow. Again, I mean, he doesn't even have like anything, so he needs to try to go for a kill, and that's it. But even as blue, this is definitely what he should have done. He probably could have went for 3 or 4 TCs if he was left alone. But since he has neighbors, 2 TCs is something you definitely need to go for. And if you're in a position like pink, 3, maybe even 4 is completely fine. It's gonna skyrocket your economy, and just you're allowed to be greedy, so definitely use it. Oh my god, yellow putting down the chapel so far away. But again, he knows that he's stuck, and I get the idea behind it, but you can move your base, but not really safely, at least move your king. So looks like red also decided to go for 2 TC. Teal? Guess not, which I honestly don't agree with. He definitely should have went for 2, maybe even 3 TCs. And also, I mean, this is land mega random, but on the classic mega random, where you have water, you definitely always want to go for water. No matter what civ you are, no matter what the situation is. I mean, the only situation, in my opinion, when you don't want to go for water is if, I don't know, 3 people are on it, fighting for it, so in that case it's not worth it. And looks like yellow decided to donate. Or he tried to run here with the king, not sure. But he's out. So orange got a free kill. Yeah, and blue is now messing horsemen. And I think purple is behind way too much to be able to even, you know, contest this. Because blue is even scaling better on 2 TCs, quite solid farming economy. And purple is just way too behind. And yeah, looks like blue is just gonna go around, harass, try to get some villager kills. And also in an FFA game, scouting is... I mean, scouting is important in every game. That's clear as day. In FFA game, it's... I don't know if I would say even more important or the same, but it's very important, let's just say it that way. Because you need to know what your neighbors are up to. Because, for example, if you're in the situation... I don't have a perfect example, unfortunately, for now. But let's say this situation of these 3 players. So purple... teal is gonna be attacking one of the players, for sure. Like, he's not gonna go for pink first. So he's gonna go for red or for green. So as red and as green, you wanna scout who is more vulnerable, and if these 2 players are fighting each other. So if teal and red are fighting each other, that's very good for green. Because he can just chill and, you know, snipe the winner, or maybe even both of the players once they weaken each other out. Blue starting to make ramps. And yeah. Where are his horsemen? Okay, he's still here. Yeah, blue just has way too much, and I don't think purple will be able to hold for long. And this is very good for blue. Not sure how much vision is getting him. And yeah, these spearmen are just gonna get sniped by archers, and that's pretty much it. I want to say that he scouting his base, but not really. Looks like he probably just scouting to see if any villagers try to run away and then snipe them with horsemen, which is also a very good thing to do. And purple just steps out. I mean, it was obvious that it's gonna happen. And also, when you are positioned, for example, like green, or if you decide to pick a center spawn in general, looks like red just crashed or whatever. Okay. So if you go, for example, for the center spawn for the sacred sites and all that, or just not even the rush, just for the center spawn, similar to what green has right now, you need to keep track of the players. You need to prioritize not getting surrounded. Because, for example, if, I don't know, by some weird circumstances, blue and orange die, and you're in the center between two players, so it's almost sure that you're getting attacked by both of the players. Probably even if orange just gets eliminated, green is probably getting attacked by all three players. So the problem that you have in the center spawns like this is that once there are a few less players, you're destined to get attacked by most of them or all of them. So you need to pick your targets very well. And in this case, I mean, he's kinda in the center between orange and teal. But the difference is that orange has blue to deal with, and teal's only logical attack choice is to attack green. So if you're in green skin, you definitely it's 100% chance that it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen that teal will be attacking you, no one else. And you need to be aware of that. So you need to be pressuring him, or just, you know, expecting the attack and not picking a fight with, I don't know, blue or orange, especially if they are fighting each other. If they are fighting each other, that's good for you. That gives you time to handle teal. And that way you don't get, you know, backstab. Well, I don't know, green decides to go for blue, he fails but weakens him and all that, and well, all of that is in process. Teal just snipes him, and that's it. So definitely you need to keep track of where the players are. I mean, the easiest way of doing that is just using the king ability, and you can see everyone, where everyone is in the map. So yeah, blue and orange are gonna be fighting, and orange, does he don't have any army? But he does, 27 something somewhere. Not sure what or where, but okay. But it's not looking good for him. And if you have like mobile units like knights, mounted samurai, everything on a horse or a camel, it's actually fine to go across the map for a snipe. For example, if you know that orange is dying, if you, I don't know, you either keep a scout on him or use the king ability and see his TC on, I don't know, 50% HP. It's always a good idea to go for a snipe. If you can get it like easy and cheap without losing all of your army, you should definitely go for it. It's almost a freaking kill and something you definitely want to do. But in every other case, as green, you don't want to be doing this. He needs to be focusing on teal. And I mean, probably he decided to attack now because he got the notification that orange lost a landmark. But what he doesn't know is that orange still has quite a lot of army. And that's castle men at arms, which are gonna melt, yeah, these archers. So yeah, orange still has a lot of army. He has a keep. He has TC with emergency repairs. And this is not gonna cut it. Like, this is not gonna come even close to eliminating orange. And if you don't have a kill army, which this is definitely not, you don't want to be attacking orange at all. He definitely needs to be attacking teal. And actually, if he did attack teal, teal has nothing. Like, teal has nothing to defend. I mean, that's 4 palace guards, 5 horsemen. That's, yeah, that's nothing. Comparing to what green has. So green definitely making a huge mistake. And the longer this goes, it's worse for him. Because he needs to be focusing on teal. Pink, on the other hand, let's see what he's doing. He's going kinda slow, but okay, he's in Imperial. 2 TC. Looks like he's just chilling, starting to mess palace guards now, so that's fine, I guess. Idling some villagers, as you do. And green looks like still kinda aiming towards orange. Which I'm afraid that it will backfire on him quite soon. Because once teal is fully set up, and he will definitely be attacking green. Like, there's no two ways about it. Just because of the, you know, geography of the map. It doesn't make sense for teal to go, I don't know, for blue or pink or even orange when there is a target, like, in front of his face. And what is this wall? Oh my god. This is so unnecessary. And also, yeah, walling. I've seen a lot of crazy walling, like when mostly as English players next to the TC they put a white tower, I don't know, maybe some other building, and then wall that off. Which, I mean, in theory is okay, but no, definitely no. It's a waste of stone. It doesn't make sense, and no, just no. Also, walls like this, I'm not sure what he's trying to wall with this one and which way is he trying to go now. So, in green's position, when you want to wall, connect it here, here, and just to either the corner or this wood line, whatever you prefer, and that's it. And not trying, because it's even more expensive for him. This is fine. It's more expensive for him to make a wall this, and then all around. Then if he just connected it to the edge of the map and that's it. And not to mention the fact that he has a lot more space if he connects it to the corner. And yeah, looks like green still deciding to go for orange. And again, let's see the purple teal situation. Okay, teal is on 2 TC and he is still quite weak. So if green still manages to get a kill now on orange, he should probably be fine. But like I said, the longer this goes, it's worse for green. Even if he does some damage and all that, but the longer this goes, teal is getting stronger and blue is getting attacked by him for sure. So yeah, green is gonna be able to do a lot of damage and kill all of the army, and that's a lot of Buddhist monks, which is a very good thing to bring into battle, just to heal up the army. and he starts burning the TC, which is, of all the civs, HRE and OTD are the hardest one to get sniped because of the emergency repairs. So basically their TC has 7000 HP, but also they have an emergency repair that repairs 3000 more HP. So whenever you go for a snipe on the HRE or OTD, you need to be aware that their TC, you need to like consider that their TC has 10,000 HP, which is quite a lot. And yeah, with keeps and all that, it's very, very hard for him. And again, green did a lot of damage, but the bigger problem will probably be coming from behind. And I mean, more experienced player, if he was playing for teal, he would be much, much stronger and probably already attacking green. Pink just, you know, chilling. 26 minutes. Overflowing quite a lot of resources, and that's the thing. That's when I started to love FFA the most, is when they introduced the kings into the FFA. Because before you were just able to play, for example, like Pink, just chill, do nothing, sit in the corner, wait for everyone to kill each other, and then win the game. Put a wonder, or, you know, just be able to outmass everything because you have a huge bank because you didn't fight for an hour. And now that we have these kings, is basically forcing players to fight, which is, you know, good, more fun, and let's say punishes the turtle plays like this. Because yeah, I mean, you can still chill in the corner and all that, but the problem is that you're gonna be stuck in a 1v1 with a player with 300, 350 pop, which is just gonna stomp all over you, and you're not gonna be able to contest him, even with a huge bank and all that. So yeah, definitely you don't want to be AFK in the corner, like Pink is doing right now, so he should be attacking someone. And the unfortunate thing for Orange is that the only logical choice for Pink is to attack Orange. So he should be moving towards middle and to find his target. And you know, he has a scout. He's nowhere on the map. Yeah. He's literally blind of anything happening on the map, and he has a scout. He definitely should have been keeping the scout somewhere closer to Orange, just to see what the situation is. And this, what he has right now, is a very strong army for this state. So he should be making, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 rams and going for Orange. At least try. If you see that Orange has way too many army, you can just retreat. And that's it. And yeah, what I was talking about walling, this, oh my god, this is, no, this is really not good. No. Green definitely should have walled like he is. This side is good. This side, total unnecessary waste of stone. And now he's gonna connect to this. So yeah, he shrinked his base for quite a lot and so unnecessary. And spent even more stone that he should have along the way. So he made his base smaller, but also he spent more stone. And that's not ratio you want to be doing in it. So yeah, just connect here, from here to the corner of the map, and that's it. No need for these, you know, weird little snakes back and forth again, then back, and then connecting here, and then you end up connecting to the edge anyway. So this is definitely, I would say, 500, maybe even 800 stone more expensive than it should have been, if I consider this one even more. And he could have made a, I don't know, a keep in his base with that. So, and just to put it in perspective, Japanese keeps are very, very strong with those rockets. So blue has a farming economy, getting the university upgrades and all that. That's very good. So yeah, definitely you need to keep track of all of the players. Use the king ability very often. Even though it only tells you where the king is, it can still tell you a lot about the players. For example, you can see, if you use the king ability, you can see that the king is in the keep, not in the TC. If he's imperial, if you use the king ability and you see it in an Elsbech, so you know that he didn't go for Swabia, you can see that he put it in an Elsbech, and you know that you need a lot of siege to take that down. So you won't come in with, I don't know, 50, 100 knights to try to burn it down, because that's not gonna happen. Elsbech is very, very tanky. And at this stage, I mean, late castle, early imperial, mid imperial, whatever, you wanna be moving your king away from the main TC, like anywhere walled. In some cases, I even just made a tiny wall, like for example this length between the house and the lumber camp, just a tiny random wall with a gate, and that's it. Even that's not ideal, but that's still a lot better than nothing. So if, I don't know, anyone comes in for a snipe with cavalry or even infantry, you can just put the king up there, and they can do nothing. I mean, they can look at him and that's it. And that, in most cases, will give you enough time to pull the army back and, you know, survive the snipe attempt. The ideal and the perfect situation is what Abbasids are gonna struggle with, but every other civ is putting one landmark somewhere along the edge. Doesn't even have to be the corner or anything like that, or doesn't even have to be the edge. So, I don't know, if he has a Barbican here or Swabia or any other building, you can just put it, I don't know, here, stone wall around it, and put the king inside. And then you're safe. It can also be in the corner, it can be in the center of your base or whatever, but stone wall is definitely something you need to have around your keep. I mean, few exceptions to that is if you have an Elsbech, as an OTD or HRE, and keeps around it, so you really don't need walls because that's way too tanky. Japanese, I would still put it. I mean, yeah, their TC is very chunky, has a lot of health, a lot of damage and all that. But I would still put it in Stonewall. And I mean, it doesn't, again, it doesn't have to be like here in the corner. It can be somewhere here. Just make a keep, or even a tower, and stonewall it. It's much, much safer. And looks like green is really invested into attacking orange, which I'm starting to get sure that it's gonna bite him in the ass, because teal has been uncontested, untouched for an entire game. And I mean, he's already waiting way too long to attack, but okay. But yeah, looks like teal is doing exactly what I said, making a keep. Hopefully he will make a stone wall like around it here and put a king inside. And yeah, he does that. Okay. And it would be even more ideal. And yeah, okay. This is the perfect setup for, I would say, this minute, maybe even earlier, but this is completely fine. King, stone walls, keep, tower, whatever, and you're all set. And teal, for example, as China player, also has a very good benefit, is that they can have 7 landmarks. Because, oh, I didn't even, huh? Okay. He can have 7 landmarks, because if you hide a king in the corner, what I almost always do, if, I don't know, his base is main TC here, landmarks here, and his king is all the way here, I wouldn't even go for the king snipe. I would just snipe the landmarks. It's closer, snipe the landmarks, and then when he is eliminated, you can easily just chill and go for the king. You don't need to focus on the king and then he starts running around and then you're chasing him and all that. Puts it in the transport ship, which is the most annoying, probably of all. And you end up chasing the king for a long time. You don't need to do it. You can just snipe the landmarks and that's it. And even though HRE or OTD are the hardest one to usually snipe, the thing is that those civs usually have all of the landmarks clumped up. And as you can see here, he has 2 of his landmarks here. Where is his H2 landmark? Am I blind again? Ah, mine work. Okay, he lost it here. So yeah, all of his landmarks are here. And if he went to Imperial, he would probably also make it somewhere close. So in most cases, it's very easy to find the landmarks of HRE and OTD. And also, for example, green. And yeah, like I said, I mean, it was bound to happen. He's investing so much into attacking orange, which he definitely should be leaving alone. Because orange should be his friend right now, because he's holding blue in bay. Because if orange dies, you're in between teal and blue. And who do you think that they are attacking both? And yeah, orange just steps out. So yeah, now green literally signed off himself to get 2v1. Because as you can see the situation. This was the worst target that green was going for. Even though he got the king kill, that's great. That's amazing for him. But he's gonna get attacked from 2 sides. And yeah, it's starting already. And I don't think he will be able to hold both sides. So when you decide to go for someone, you always need to think like, who is the next logical attack target for other players? Because now with eliminating orange, you are in a huge trouble. So always go for the guy that is, let's say, behind you, or if you're in the center, there's one player here, one player here, one player here, and one down there. You definitely want to go for the one that is alone down there, because he's gonna be attacking you for sure. And this is also the situation right now. And still, in this situation now, I mean, okay, blue attacked to green, so, you know, he needs to defend. But even now that he is in a bad situation, he still needs to be attacking teal. But now, it's gonna be much harder, because it's stone walls, a lot of production, farms, keep, Great Wall Gatehouse, another keep. Yeah, it's gonna be much harder for green to attack now. And he definitely should have been doing it. The first time that he attacked orange, that attack should have been on teal. And yeah, this is all great. He is actually winning the fight against blue. But this was really bound to happen. Like, I'm not even feeling bad for him. He asked for it. Like, he really did ask for it. And yeah, he's probably gonna get sniped. And that's exactly what I was talking about. You need to pick your fights smarter and try to predict what every other player's logical choice of the attack of the target is. It's logical that teal is gonna attack green. It's just only a matter of when. But he was gonna attack him for sure. And yeah, he goes out. He was fighting so much. Yeah, he actually has the most kills by far in the game at the moment. And he got the kill, and he probably would have won against blue in the 1v1. But the problem is that he wasn't 1v1. He was against 2 players because he decided not to attack this guy. And now also, I mean, the toughest part of the FFA is when there are 3 players alive. Now the diplomacy usually comes in. Like, oh, he has 2 kills, attack him, he is the bigger threat, he has all of the relics and all that. And quite often in the chat you need to persuade other people that you are not the threat and that the other guy is. Sometimes it can be just by starting to call out the other player, or saying the facts, like that Blue is on 1 kill and Teal is on 1 kill. But Teal is on 2? Ooh, Teal is actually on 2 kills, yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, you need to be calling out in chat, like, Teal is on 2 kills, he's strong, we need to go for him. But the problem for this example is, oh my god, that's a long distance wood chopping. And yeah, that's... I honestly hope that I don't even have to tell you this, but this is way too long distance for wood chopping. And yeah, I mean, okay, he has nice defensive fortifications, towers, keeps and all that, but the problem is he was chilling for a whole game. And everyone else has more population than him. So even though he was chilling, everyone else is gonna be stronger than him. And that's why I love the king meta of the FFAs. Now let's see his bank. And the sad part is that, I mean, he was not fighting for an entire game and his bank is still kind of, you know, shit. Blue has more, and Blue was fighting for biggest part of the game. And also, at this stage, towers everywhere. Like, everywhere. One here, one here, one here, one here. And all across first the closer radius of your base, and then you want to expand even more here, here, I don't know, here. You want to have a full vision of everything happening even remotely close to you. Even here, like, put a 1 tower here. I mean, 100 wood at this point means literally nothing to you, and vision can mean so much more. Because let's give, for example, Pink's vision. Like, he can have 200 knights here and 5 bombards here, so close to his king, TC and everything, and he would have no idea that it's here. And for example, if he had a tower, I don't know, here, or even here, he would see that Blue is not fighting. He would see if he is aiming towards him or towards the other player. Now you also need to have information of, are the players fighting each other? So you need to, all 3 of these players need to be scouting if anyone is fighting with each other. Looks like he sends Imperial Guards to, I don't know, I get this gold, which is fine. And also, when there are, like now, 5 players eliminated, you want to send a scout and check the buildings, check their buildings of the eliminated players. So you want to scout for relics. Relics in an FFA are also very strong because there are a lot of FFAs when you run out of gold completely, and they are the only source of your gold, which is gonna help you by a lot. When the enemy doesn't have any gold and you have at least a little bit, even if you save up and then manage to pump out, I don't know, 50 man-at-arms, which without gold you don't have a counter to, it can really change a battle. And also you want to be looking for this. Markets in an FFA late game can literally change the outcourse of the whole game so easily. Also Teal. Teal can now be trading with this for a long time, and it's infinite gold, and he's gonna be happy with that. If, of course, he decides to do so. Oh my god. He's not even... This is not his mining camp. So yeah, some long distance mining. And at this point pink definitely should have been fully stone walled. And not to forget about this, because I think they can... Okay, they can't cross here. Also not here. Okay. So yeah. When you go for stone walling, I mean, when you're in the corner, it's, you know, pretty straightforward. You don't want to be putting it like here in front of your base so clumped up. You want to be taking as much space as you can. Because first of all, of course, it gives you more space to place buildings. But also, it gives enemies more walking time to get from your wall to your king, which should be, I don't know, somewhere around the corner. So the idea behind putting the king in the corner is to buy yourself more time. So if the king is here, most of the players, you know, when they break a wall, they decide to go straight for it. And that gives you more time to remass an army, remake it, and try to, you know, kill the enemy army. And the other thing is, if it's in a stone wall, so enemy needs to be bringing the siege. That is very slow and very vulnerable, especially if it has to go through all of these buildings, all of this production, keeps, army. So bringing, I don't know, cannons is kind of tough. So it forces you to destroy all this, which again buys you time to react or to call out help from the other player. And what blue is doing in regards to vision is what you definitely need to be doing. I mean, towers at this point are so cheap, outposts, whatever. They're so cheap, and you want to be doing it. You need to put one here, and you get the idea, you know. Everywhere along the map. And I mean, you're gonna be getting, with time, you're gonna be getting a lot of notifications of your tower being attacked, or even losing a tower, which is completely fine. Just remake it and that's it. I mean, it's very cheap, and it can help you very, very much if you know what's going on out on the map. So looks like we reached a stalemate, so I'm just gonna X2 the game, since nothing is really happening besides, you know, blue starting to trade. Does he have the trade wing? No. At this point, he definitely should go for it to get the upgrades, you know, 30% more secondary resource, and, you know, to make them a bit more tanky. Market, okay, yeah, he's in the corner. So yeah, map is, I would say, completely mined out of gold, apart from this. And, you know, this is also dead, so yeah. Let's say map is completely mined out, and that's a very optimistic attack by Teal. But that's the first battle for Pink in, you know, 50 minutes. And the funny part is he was not even fighting, and he still doesn't have all of the upgrades, like the blacksmith ones. Yeah, that's interesting. And okay, looks like Teal decided to go for Pink. Interesting decision. And yeah, actually, what Blue is doing is something that I also like, because the thing is about late game trade is, if any of the players see this, that you're trading to it, immediate reaction is to destroy this market, and then you're done trading. That's it. It's very easy to stop it if you know about it. So you definitely wanna stonewall it, but not this way. Because first of all, this is crossable, so is this. And second of all, you want to keep line of sight, so none of the players can even see this. So he definitely should have made the wall a bit further, like, I don't know, from here to this wood line and all that, or just, you know, so it's in the line of this tower. Oh, For example, land of this tower, and then all around. And that would have been much, much better. Because, I mean, even though this wall kind of protects your neutral market, enemy can just make one trap and shoot over the wall, and that's it. So yeah, definitely want to be stonewalling it a bit, you know, further, so it's safer. So that the enemy doesn't even find out that you're trading. Because apart from them destroying your trade, they're gonna call you out that you're trading, and then you're probably gonna get to the one. And I have seen so many games, and not only lower elo games, higher elo games also, where players go across the map to attack, but their army production... Ooh, what? Is she trading to? Yeah. Oh, that's a shit pathing though. They're going all around the map, like crossing here for nothing. But okay. Yeah, I was saying, so a lot of the players in this situation, again, when there are 3 or even 2 players, are attacking someone and then rallying units from their base to the other side of the map, and that's... You're destined to lose that way. I mean, the only way you can win that way is if you are on 350 or 400 pop and your enemy is on 200. I think that's the only way to win that way. Or if the enemy is totally dented. Because in this case, you can have a full army here, like full whatever. How much pop? Let's see, max he will be 130-ish, 140. Doesn't matter, it can be 200 pop army. That's very cool to have all this in the front. But when you lose it, enemy will also lose a lot. But the difference is that the enemy's reinforcements are right here. Right here. And the moment that his unit pops out, he's in the battle. And he can just keep on doing it until he eliminates all of your army. Even if you have a bigger one, he has power of reinforcements. Okay. Pink just steps out for no reason. Okay, so I guess it's 1v1 now. So yeah, I can't stress this enough. In an FFA, map is huge. Like, this is a huge map. First thing you need to be doing is this. Exactly this, even though he doesn't really have a lot of space, but you get the idea. Make a forward base. It changes the whole game, it changes the whole outcome of the battle, of everything. The speed of reinforcements matters so much. Because at this point, it's not even about the strength of the army. Because your main army is gonna die, and the enemy's main army is gonna die. And then more, and it all ends up on who can get the units there faster, and who can, you know, who has the more ability to produce units, who has a bigger bank, and who has the ability to produce units faster and get them out on the battlefield. As you can see, oh my god, my tongue is starting to die from all this talking. Blue has quite a big of a bank, teal even bigger. And teal does the right thing. He goes and destroys this market, because this market was potential for blue to start trading to it. And he just says no, and snipes it. And yeah, when you're last one alive, you made it, eliminated some other players, survived it, you're left in 1v1. Always take sacred sites. It doesn't even have to be a commitment with keep and all that shit. Just take sacred sites. That way, you put your enemy on a timer. He needs to react to it. which for some players can be kinda tough if you're pushing into him, you're attacking him all the time, and he still needs to be splitting the army to take the sacred site. Or he can do this, pull out probably all of his army, and his base is wide open. Like, for now, Blue's base is so open, Teal should be making like a direct attack towards him, towards his base. And other ways also, you can definitely. This is kinda easy to hold. You can make a couple of keeps. Stonewall this. Yeah, it's actually very easy to stonewall also. And you can go for the secret site. Why not? You don't even have to go for a kill. And ooh, that's a lot of fire lancers. And but his king is stonewalled. Okay, that's good. This is what I was talking about. If the king was here in the main TC, yeah, Teal would be getting that 100%. Once you see this, that is stonewalled, Teal needs to be making the move to try to burn the landmarks. I mean, there's nothing else you can do. You need to try to burn the landmarks. And does he do that? He does. Even though he doesn't really have enough fire lancers. I think. Actually, he does. He should have went for the landmarks. Yeah, 50 for fire lancers. He definitely should have went straight for the landmarks. Instead, he decides to burn, you know, markets, PC. I mean, that's cool, but I think he actually could have landmark sniped him. He probably could. Even though that House of Wisdom has a lot of HP, but Fire Lancers also do a lot of damage. With Torch. 35 torch damage, that's a lot. Until again, just, you know, making the pressure, taking the sacred sites. Which, like I said, I like that, that's a good call. I mean, you can even go for the sacred site. In this case, I would definitely go for it. But like, not fully committed, like, just make a tiny stone wall here. And maybe connect it to the bottom, but I don't know. Yeah, probably connect it to the bottom. And you're safe. And you're able to constantly keep pressure on the enemy. Like, constantly. Make a 4 production on the sacred site or even further. And just keep on attacking him, and the time is going in your favor. Like, if you're fighting, even if you're losing in a fight, but you're fighting, you're keeping him on that one position, you're winning, because he is on a timer, he needs to do something about the sacred site. You don't, you're fine. So yeah, looks like Blue is gonna be able to decap it again, because Teal is, you know, not even moving. I also see a lot of players forgetting about their army. So, I don't know, 3 spearmen here, 2 horsemen there, and all that, and it adds up, because it takes your supply, or, you know, something like this, even worse. And this, look at this. This is eating up. Oh my god. What? Give me a second. This is eating up 12 of Blue's supply. And that's army that could have been, I don't know, 4 bombards, 4 mangonels, or 12 horsemen in the battle, or villagers, or whatever. So you definitely want to check your keybinds for, because there is one default one is, I think, CTRL Shift and C is to select all villagers. Sorry, all units on the whole map. Every single fighting unit, it selects it. So that way you don't you know, forget about some of the army being stuck behind or whatever. And the same thing is for CTRL, Shift and V is for the villagers. And CTRL Shift A is for everything. And that's the default setting. I don't know if you changed it, and if you did, that's probably good for you, because this is a shit command. But that's the default one, so you should definitely check your shortcuts and settings and use whatever is the most convenient to you. And select all arm. And this, what Till is now doing, is way better than what Blue is doing. Because even though, like I said, I mean, Till is kind of losing this fight, mainly because he is not even probably attacking the army, but he's just walking past it. But look at how long it takes for Blue army to come to the battlefield, while Till's production is right there. And the only reason why Till is losing is because he's not even attacking. Like, look, his whole army is just walking past while getting killed. Like, he's not even damaging Blue army. Look, Blue is not even losing the units. Barely. While Till is losing everything. So, yeah. This is the... If Till was fighting properly... And he's making a wonder, actually. Oh my god. If Till was fighting properly, like actually attacking the army, he would clear this up a long time ago. But since he's just walking past it, he doesn't have a problem. But the other problem is now that Till is on a wonder, which is quite safe because there's a lot of Till's base to go through, and I don't think it's going to be possible to get to it. So in this case, when you have an enemy this late into a game, put on wonder, you need to do everything you can to undercut him with the sacred site. And this is something that Blue did. So now he needs to be pulling 20 villagers, like all of these villagers from wood. He needs to pull them, make first a keep here, somewhere here, anywhere, and then a shit ton of barracks, stables, archery ranges, everything, like 20-ish of everything, siege workshops, not that much, fine. And put everything here and go all in on the sacred site, because you're probably not getting to this wonder or to this king, which what happened to this keep? Oh my god, he probably destroyed a keep to put on the wonder here, but then it was not enough space, so okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, so Blue needs to be rushing the sacred sites now, because wonder, I don't think it'll work for him to break this wonder. But the problem is that you have only 5 minutes to undercut it. Because wonder, when you put it, it takes 15 minutes to win. Sacred sites are only 10. So this fight is completely fine for Till. Now, his only job that he needs to be doing is denying Blue from taking the sacred site. Kill the monk. Yeah, you don't care about all of this army. Just focus fire on the monk and don't let him take the sacred site. If you manage to get under 10 minutes, which he is on now, he is fine. He is fine. Blue can take the sacred site, but it will no longer undercut the wonder. So he is cool. But still, even though he's no longer able to undercut the wonder, he still wants to keep fighting. Like, you don't want to chill, I don't know, here in your base and wait for the attack. You want to keep your enemy as far as possible from your base. So fighting here or wherever is much better than messing up and, I don't know, 250 supply army and just waiting here. And he should definitely be using these Nest of Beasts in this battle, because they would do so much. So yeah, 9 minutes until wonder. So sacred site undercut is down the water. And I mean, he's making keeps now, but it's too late. What he needs to be making right now is army production. Here, even though this is not really the good angle to be putting it at. My god. This is a full screen of long distance wood chopping. Holy. This looks like it was there from the start of the game without a single lumber camp upgrade. And yeah, looks like Teal is slowly winning the battle. Mostly because of, look at this line. Like this, all this could have been an army that is in the battle right now. Now look at the Teal's line, there is no line, because, you know, his production is here. And this is the main reason why he's winning the fight, because most of Blue's army is busy walking. So yeah, forward production is very, very, very important. It will change so much. Whenever you're attacking someone, first make few siege workshops, just for the siege, because siege is the slowest. And then barracks, stables, archer ranges, whatever your unit comp is at the moment, whatever you're going for. Or if you're going for all three, make all three. But everything needs to be made on the front side. Is Blue aware that the secret side is like... Yeah, you can take it, but you're not winning with it. Looks like he's not. What's the... 4 minutes. Yeah, so this wonder is not gonna go down unless, I don't know, Teal destroys it himself. So yeah, this was some tips and tricks from my perspective, looking at this game, what I think should have been done differently, and in general some ideas behind it. So like I said, in my opinion, feudal rushes in most cases are not good for you. I mean, it's fine if you eliminate the player, but you're very, very behind. So in my opinion, you definitely should be going for the castle and then keep on going. And if there is a game that you would want me to watch and you know, give tips and ideas what in my opinion is done wrong or what could have been improved, I will put down an email where you can send me the, you know, game link or whatever, and I'll check it out. And also I'm still setting up my Discord, so that will be live soon too. So yeah, this is the phase of unlimited fighting. Like at this point, it's only a question of who's gonna be able to fight for longer. Like constantly fighting, and the question is who's gonna run out of food faster. And that's it. It's a game of endurance, really. I mean, if there wasn't a wonder, it would be a game of endurance. In this way, it's a wonder defense game. And wonder is probably about to kick down. Yeah, 5 seconds. That's it. GG to all of the players. Congrats to Teal for the win. So Blue with the most kills. I mean, he was fighting for an entire game, so it was kind of expected. And Teal, of course, the second one there, that was quite a kind of fierce and long fight between the two of them. And then everyone else kind of, yeah. I mean, Green had a lot of kills comparing to other players until he, you know, got eliminated. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that could have been done better by all of these players, and I mean, looking at this in the top corner, there's not much, you can expect. These are probably even new players or just not as try-harding or experienced in these type of situations. So I like to sometimes share my experience because, I mean, I'm currently, I think, number 7 in the world in the FFA. I have about 1,000 games and 3,000 hours in the Age of Empires 4 in general, so I like to think I do have an idea of what I'm doing. And thank you guys for watching. If you want more of these kind of tutorials or ideas from my perspective, what I think you need to do to improve in the FFA, make sure to let me know. As I said, you can send me a game and I'll check it out. I'll maybe even cast it or just give you the idea of what I think you could have done better. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.